What's up, guys? So today, um, I'm coming here because I want to talk about my experience with having COVID-19. So, um, on March the 26th or 27th, I want to say, yeah, between those dates, I noticed um, I had like some dryness in my throat. So I didn't think much of it, so I just started to drink like tea and whatever. So the next day, I want to say, um, I noticed that I started like coughing, like so I want to say like mucus. So I was like, okay, well I'll start to take some. I thought I was just getting a regular cold, so I went in my cabinet and I just instantly threw a couple of drops of oregano oil in my water and I just kept it moving. So I was putting that in my system or whatever. I was drinking that the water with the oregano drops in it, and my okay, I was drinking that oregano, and I noticed that my back started hurting me. So and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm getting sick. So I called my doctor or whatever, and I let her know, hey, I noticed that my throat is bothering me and my back been hurting me, like, or whatever. So she just gave me, she said, oh, okay. So she gave me, she prescribed me the Z pack, and um, Tylenol. So I was like, okay, I hate taking medicine. I'm an all natural type of person. I like to take natural medicine. Like anything natural, I'll do that with myself and my kids. Like I just hate taking medicine. So I was like, okay. So I go get the prescription. I pick it up, just in case or whatever. So I noticed that I started to get a fever. So I call my mom or whatever, and I'm letting her know what was going on with me. So she ended up coming and get my kids that Friday. That Friday, Thursday or Friday, I can't remember. It was Thursday. Okay, so she picked the kids up on Thursday, because Friday is when the symptoms really just hit me. Like, I mean, that's when everything just started just going full throttle. Okay, so then I noticed that my temperature, I kept checking my temperature. I noticed my temperature went up to about 100 degrees or whatever. So I was like, okay, it's like a low grade fever or whatever, cool. So I took the Tylenol or whatever to try to bring it down so it didn't, go up. And then that through that night I was fine. I just stayed in bed and I tried to rest. Then that Saturday morning when I woke up, I felt like, okay, no, this is, I'm thinking I was getting the flu. So I called, did I call my doctor then? No, I didn't call her Saturday. So I just, what did I do? I started just, I believe I just was just drinking a lot of tea or whatever. I remember he was saying, like, just drink a lot of hot stuff. So I'm like, well, you know what? In case I am getting like the Rona or whatever, I know to drink a lot of hot stuff. So I stopped drinking all cold things, and I made me some soup, and I just was like in bed the whole day. Then that Sunday came, I was like, man down, like man all the way down, like I couldn't do nothing. Like I just was in bed and I was like started to become weak, and um I lost my appetite. I remember I couldn't eat. Um it was getting like hard for me to stand, and yeah, it was just like it was taking over me. So my boyfriend was here helping me, so I couldn't get out the bed or whatever, so he would just make me some tea or whatever, because that was like the only thing that I could ingest was like the tea. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't do anything. Like the food, we was constantly ordering food because he didn't know how to cook, and I couldn't keep nothing on my stomach anyway. So it was just like a waste. We was just wasting. I was wasting like everything. I'm like, oh, let me just order something to eat just in case, like later. Waste. Like I wasted a lot of money ordering out, and I couldn't eat it. Um, and then about, I want to say, the fifth day, the fifth or sixth day, I came on my menstrual, and I woke up to these horrible, horrible, horrible cramps. Now, I've had my menstrual for years now, and I've gotten to the point where I outgrown having, my cramps. And I don't know where these cramps came from, but they were horrible. Like, so I got up, and I couldn't eat anything, so I just took the Tylenol to try to help it. And I also had a heating pad, which would, shout out to my friend Nima. She came through, um, and she got me the heating pad because my back, I'm not even gonna say my back, my spine, and when I like that, the pain that I had in my spine was like the worst pain ever. Like, I can't even describe it. It's like somebody like taking something and just, it was horrible. It was the worst pain ever. So I will put the heating pad up on my pillow, and I would lay back on it and try to sit up. It got to the point where that stopped helping me. Like, it was really bad. It was like a pain that I don't even know how to describe this pain, but it was the worst pain ever. And I would yeah, so I came on my menstrual, and let me tell y'all something. I am 31 years old, and I've never ever seen my menstrual look like this. It was like weird. It was it was like, and I'm sorry TMI, but it was like dry. It was like very, very dry. And I was like, well, maybe it's because I have the fevers. So I'm thinking like maybe my body temperature made it dry. I don't know, but it was just like the weirdest shit ever. It was so weird. Like, I never seen anything like it in my life. So I was like, okay. So I had that or whatever for my couple days or whatever, and it was the worst experience. It was just the worst. I would never wish this on anybody. Like, anybody. I've had the flu. I've had regular colds. I had, I had all that before. This COVID or whatever, it was the worst. Like, it was the worst experience in getting sick. The worst. When I tell you guys, my temperature, the highest my temperature only went up was 101.4. That was the highest it ever went up to, because I constantly was taking Tylenol. My mom was like constantly on me, like, did you take your medicine? Make sure you take your temperature. Da, 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 da. So like, I didn't let it get that high. I know some people were saying like theirs was up to 104 or whatever, but mine only went up to 101 point like 4 or something. Okay, and also I wanted to, I'm sorry, because I had to write a list out because I didn't want to forget anything. Um, yeah, and I also you get this really bad, well, I experienced, this is what I experienced. I had a really bad like pressure on my chest, and when I would cough, it would be like something was just like like I don't know, like, I guess grabbing your lungs, and I don't know. It was crazy. I was scared to cough. I was scared to take a deep breath. When you take a deep breath, it feels like Like that's gonna be your last breath. Like it was horrible. Oh, it was horrible, guys. Also, when I would try to, I couldn't shower much because it was like the worst, worst. I couldn't stand up. So when my boyfriend did put me in a shower, I couldn't stand long. It was like crazy. Like if I stood too long, I started throwing up. Like, and it was like disgusting. Like he had to bleach the tub and everything. Like it was like quick wash. I only tried to wash myself really because like, during the time I had my menstrual, so I was like, okay, I really got to take a shower. So I put all my strength that I could to just try and take a shower. But I mean, my showers, I'm sorry, it wouldn't only last me a good 5 minutes, if that. Because if I stood up too long, I start to vomit. So, and I would get like super weak. Cause mind you, I don't have anything in my system. I'm not eating. I could barely drink. I'm like forcing myself to drink water at least so I could be a little hydrated because I was dehydrated. Um, yeah. My body was in so much pain. And it was like a different type of pain. Like I've had the flu before, like I said, and I know that type of body ache. Totally different. I can't even describe to you guys what kind of ache this was. I can't. Nothing helped. Nothing. The Tylenol did not help. Like I just took it for my fever to try to keep my fever down. Um, I thought I was seeing things, and that was real because I seen another video where someone was talking about hallucinating, and they wasn't lying because I thought I was seeing things curl up my wall or fly past me, and I was just like, "What was that? Did you see that?" He looking at me. My boyfriend's looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But I'm like, no, I seen it. Like, I see something fly past. So I'm like, okay, I'm bugging. Like, I'm bugging the fuck out for real. Like, so, uh, yeah. Um, so what I did notice, okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm all over the place. I'm trying to just get everything out. What I did notice though, my friend bought me some orange juice. Now it was fresh squeezed orange juice, so it was high in vitamin C. Shout out to Tiffany, thank you, girl. That orange juice you bought me, it helped me. That's when I started feeling so much better when I drank that. I noticed like a big change. So I started drinking I damn near drank the whole thing. I drank that, and that was probably on day, let's say 8 or 9 maybe. I drank that and I noticed instantly, like, it made me go to the bathroom, and I was like happy to go to the bathroom because I hadn't gone. I went to the bathroom, and when I tell y'all that whatever that shit is started to come, because I got up and I looked. I'm TMI. I'm sorry for the TMI. Uh, I know you could just smell it. You could just see it in your stool. Like I was like, okay, this is trying to come. You could see when something is trying to come out of you. You could just see it. Let me just tell you that, like that vitamin C, I feel like it really it was started to pull it up, whatever it is, the bacteria or virus. It started to pull it out of me. So I was like, okay. As soon as that happened, probably like a couple hours later, I started to feel a little like, okay, like a little. I'm not gonna say all the way better, but I felt a little relief. I felt a little relief. So I was like, okay, so I think that I need to put this more in my body. So I go with my little strength and I go and order the powder or whatever, and I go and if it came, it took a couple of days to come or whatever. So my mom had also sent me a video from when a doctor saying that you should have vitamin C, the powder. Okay, so I want to show you guys the powder. Give me one second. Okay. Okay, so here is the vitamin C that I ordered from Amazon. And when I tell you that this right here, guys, this helped a whole lot. Like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this here. This is what you're gonna need. The lifesaver. This, and they're also saying now, I've been reading, is zinc. This and zinc. Yeah, it's gonna do you right. It's gonna get you right. Also, with having this, I lost 12 pounds. I lost 12 pounds from not eating or whatever. Well, also, I'm gonna say, my boyfriend was making me shakes in the beginning because that was like the only thing that I could tolerate. So it would be like fruits and vegetables, like I really don't. I believe it was like bananas, strawberries, kale, spinach, sea moss, um, and maybe a few other things. I'm really not sure. I wasn't in there when he was making it, but just what I could just remember of the taste. So I was able to drink that through a straw, and that was my dinner. That was my dinner, my breakfast, my lunch for a couple days. Like, so that was, all that I could tolerate. Um, I also experienced like this. You experience like like your head feels like it's like swollen, I guess you can say, and it's like pressure. Like if you like, oh, it was like a lot of pressure. Like it was just gonna go pop. Whatever you yeah, and it was hard to like even think. It was just the craziest experience that I've ever went through. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't even have any enemies, but I wouldn't. That was really. Let me tell y'all. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I'm gonna say also, I believe I contracted this virus from going to the grocery store. I was not wearing mask. I was not wearing gloves. Um, I was just taking a risk. And now I will not take that risk. I would definitely wear a mask. I would definitely make sure I have on gloves. You guys, please take this serious. Please take it serious because this is not something that you want. I haven't seen my kids in 2 weeks and I miss them. I talk to them every single day, as many times as possible as I can. I'm so thankful to have my mom here to be able to help me, to be able to have even taken them and while I went through this, because my I wouldn't want my kids to even experience any of this that I went through. Like I have to like really get in my house now and scrub and bleach and disinfect everything before they even come back. So as soon as I get the strength, I'm gonna do that. because I'm not always, I'm good. I feel good. But I noticed that when I did the dishes earlier and I just started like straightening up, that my breathing I felt started getting weak, and my breathing like was feeling funny, like I was getting like a little shortness of breath. So I was just like, okay, let me take it easy. I might be doing too much. So, and today will be day 14 for me. Um, yeah, just make sure you guys wear a mask. Only go out if you need to go out. Um, yeah, wear a mask. Uh, wear your gloves. Protect yourself as much as possible. Only go out when you need to go out. Um, Make sure you disinfect your house, as much as possible. If you do go out, immediately take your clothes off, jump in the shower. Just try to take all the precaution, like, be precaution of everything you do. Like, just make sure everything is sanitized. I don't know what to tell y'all. Just make sure y'all do go that extra mile. I would go that extra mile. Everything you do with touching, just dealing with people on the outside other than your household. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. I hope that I was able to yeah. I hope me making this video will help you guys and get you guys to be a little more woke to the situation and take it a little more serious, because it's very serious. It's very serious. You don't want to take this like and be like, oh, I'm good, I can't get it. Oh, I'm black, I can't get it. I was starting to think that too, being ignorant, and look, my ass caught it. So take this very serious, like very. You guys going out and going to social gatherings and stuff. Like, I know we all bored and shit, and a lot of people birthdays and stuff is coming up, and you want to try and do something. Just be careful. I mean, I'm not saying don't go chill with your peoples, because I was chilling too, like, but you got to be careful, because you really don't know who, and not everybody's going to tell you, oh yeah, I had a little symptom, or I was coughing, or whatever. They're not going to tell you that. Like, people thinking like, oh, it's allergy season too, so they just thinking like, oh, I got allergies, it's just my allergies. No, they be testing positive the whole time, and you around this person. So just be careful, like, be careful. And yeah. So stay safe, guys. Take your vitamin C. You can also take this without having any symptoms. It's good to just have vitamin C in your system. So this powder cost, I think this was $40 for this off of Amazon. Right now they're not really shipping, I think, for Prime right now. But I do have Prime, and I wasn't able to get this off of Prime, so it took about 4 days maybe to come, which wasn't so bad, but it was worth it. It was worth the money. It's worth the money, and it's worth the time to wait for it to come. So if you guys could get your hands on this raw vitamin C, let me show you guys what it looked like. You just take a little and you put it in your water and mix it. So I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's just white powder. This is like the raw form of vitamin C. I also had these packets, which my mom had gave me at first, but I felt like I wanted to have the raw form of vitamin C. So I ordered this. So yeah. So this is what it looks like again. Okay. So that was my experience with having COVID-19. Yeah. So stay protected, take your vitamins, and stay home. Bye.